Well, this is It Stevie, the last podcast of the season, and are you glad? Because I am. I just want to know if you're glad.
I'm Gladys, yes. No, yeah. We all know why we're glad. But no, kind of excited, but glad it's all over, I suppose.
It was
painful.
It was, yeah. It's
very painful.
Glad to see the back of, to be honest, and especially the way that everything unfolded and the way it ended. Yeah, I'm super glad that it's happened, but that it's finished. Sorry, obviously not glad that we did shit by the end of it. But yeah, I mean, you know, last game of the season, Southampton away to Southampton. Can you seriously though? Can you even think of a more pointless match than that particular match?
No,
that silence said it all.
Well, do you know what? I was speaking to a Geordie support. He's a dentist in the shops tonight, and even he was saying about like the last few games of the season. Yeah. Everyone kind of just gave up, didn't they? And he was on about like Newcastle, Man City, everyone, and I know, and yes, Southampton. It was we both knew, didn't we, that there was going to be kind of wholesale changes regarding obviously Sterling and Tini, etc., Zinchenko. Obviously the only thing we thought was different would be Ray might not, but then we said no, Ray's going to go for
win, by the way,
glove,
which he did win, by the way.
But yeah, the game was shit. Did he win?
Yeah,
because
it was shared with Sels.
Did he win?
Sels conceded, and obviously Raya conceded. That's why they shared it. But obviously, if we just kept that one clean sheet and we didn't let some G Roberts, who the hell was that guy, by the way? Like, I've never. Do you know what? I don't even know who the Southampton players are. Was it Roberts?
Watkins? Was it?
Yeah. Well, there you go. So he obviously
he's just signed
got
for them,
their goal, which I don't really want to discuss it too much because it is just completely irrelevant of a match. But at the same time, I am glad that we won it because that definitely cemented second place. It would have been embarrassing, as we've already said before.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as the last game of the season goes, just. Yeah, it was. If we could have just paid Southampton to be like, look, can we just end this 2-1 and not actually go out there because it's not worth it? I think I probably would have taken that deal.
I actually did think. Yeah, I thought, like yourself, I thought they might have got together before the game and said, look, we only need a draw, which they did. Didn't they? Arsenal needed a draw to cement second. Southampton weren't bothered. They just didn't want to lose fucking 25 games at home or something like that. And it was just such a... I mean, I watched it up until it was... the 78th minute or something like that. I can't really. It just was so pointless, wasn't it? I thought 1-1, yeah. Do you know what? I switched it over. I started watching the Chelsea game because I thought that was Ed Moore riding on it. I watched a bit of the Newcastle game, and I turned it back literally with about 2 minutes to go when I saw the goal, Odegaard's goal, which I was like, I was happy. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like a non-event where I thought, fucking hell, it means nothing, but I was happy. He shot outside the box.
I agree, and I think I'm the same as you. Obviously, the reason I didn't watch it, it's not because I didn't want to watch it, it's because genuinely it was not on TV, and the illegal streams, we don't do the illegal streams. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I watched it on
my stream, to be honest. But yeah, I definitely was going to go illegal on that one. Sorry, Sky Sports, but not sorry. But yeah, so it wasn't on. And again, I get it. I understand why. Obviously, at first you kind of, for a split second, you think, why isn't Arsenal on? And then you think, because there's literally 4 or 5 more important matches that actually have to be shown on TV because there's a lot more riding on there. So which is fair enough, and I made my peace with that, to be honest. So unfortunately, I didn't watch it, but obviously, as soon as the match ended, the highlights were available, and I just watched the extended highlights on Sky Sports. And yeah, look, of course, I was happy that we won. Absolutely, I was. I mean, when we went 1-0 up, I thought, right, okay, do you know what? Just keep it at this. Ride the game out. That's fine. It's a win. It's not the best win, not the most glamorous win, but yeah, we did it. We cemented second. Yeah, 3 seasons in a row, but fuck it, we were second. Second best team in England, right? That's just the way to look at it. So Yeah, absolutely. Best of the rest, which
Best of the
it's not
rest.
something that I really care for, to be honest. Or a silver medal, do you know what I mean? None of that shit. I don't care for any of that. Just, it is good to see that we still, even though the issues that we've had, and I know we always say that we're going to talk about them, which we always do, to be fair to us, but we've got a long summer, so let's just spread some things out. So yeah, with everything that's happened, and to finish second, yes, granted with no trophy. Yeah, of course it was. I was happy just to, like I said, it sort of made me sleep a little easier at night. As in, like, I didn't have to be angry or think, why the fuck did we lose to Southampton? Just a normal night. Yeah, well, okay, we won. Get in. Let's have a drink of water.
Yeah. I think we discussed it, didn't we? Like probably a couple of months ago, didn't we? When we sort of knew we were probably not going to win it. But we still hope that we finish second, and I think we kept we think to ourselves, if we put all our eggs in one basket, second could fall away, and we managed to do it. And I think it was a bit of an achievement to finish second with all the injuries, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm not overly happy, but I'm happy. The fact is that we did actually finish second above City, above Chelsea, because Forest were doing quite well at one point. I thought they were going to
they were close,
get top four at least. Did you?
I think
they blew it.
It's just sort of team that Forest are really. They will do well, but then they just don't have the capacity to finish out the season. I mean, same as Villa in a sense. They do well at the beginning, and you're like, yeah, brilliant. Oh, these guys are going to, probably end up third or something, do Champions League or whatever it is. But
Newcastle, didn't they? I think the Champions League.
That's what I'm saying.
Took it out of them, didn't they? I think
Villa, if they were such a good team throughout the season and kept that consistency, then they wouldn't even need to be in a battle with Newcastle. They would have just cemented it. But again, I just feel like that's what Unai Emery does, and yeah, it shows. It shows because it's not the first season that's happened to Villa. So yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's a bit of a shame. I don't really care about them, to be fair with you. They've caused us a lot of problems in the last couple of seasons. So yeah, screw them.
Twats.
But yeah, it finishes how it finished. Chelsea and obviously ended up getting the top four finish as well, which I wasn't too pleased about. But hey, I think the worst this season happened. So Chelsea getting top four is probably not that bad. Do you know what I mean? To fight all season for a Champions League spot, and then you get just a scummy team winning the Europa League, and then they end up 17th in the actual league, and they qualify for Champions League. I've never seen that before, and I don't really want to see that again, to be honest. And guaranteed, knowing our luck, those bastards will go on and win the Champions League next season. No, I swear to God, right? They've got something scummy about them that I just think they can end up doing it, and it just sounds awful, I know, but
we've got more chance of winning the Premiership than them with the Champions League. I tell you honestly. I mean,
I agree.
The treble, in fact. No, right. Let's move on to.
Let's do it. No, but it's
I'm going to go first. If you don't mind.
We carry on, right? For the listeners out there, we have a list of end of season questions. Season review questions. That's a mouthful. Whatever it is. So obviously it is something that you came up with. So absolutely, you will go first and tell me the rules of the game as we go along.
Yeah, man. Okay, so I'll start obviously by asking some questions, and then I'll put obviously my point across, and then you can have your say. So I'll go first. So the first question that I'm going to answer is
how do we do this? How does that work? How do we do this?
In the right
Let me
order,
ask you the question. Or are you going to ask me the question first?
So
or are you going to ask the question and then you're going to answer it first?
Season high. So anyway, I'll start off anyway. I'll just go out, right? So the season high. So I don't want like a list. I don't want, this blah, blah, blah. It's just what your thoughts are on the season highs. So I'll give you an example. So my season high is obviously beating the champions 5-1. Okay. Right? Is it Skelly's goal celebrations, Wanyeri's goal, etc.? That's one of my season highs. The other one, obviously, is beating Real Madrid over 2 legs. crowd. Just everything. Obviously, we spoke about the atmosphere, the noise, the etc. etc. It was just. I think them two for me stood out. I think beating City and beating Real Madrid for me. So I don't know what your thoughts were on that. On your season high season.
Have actually three options, which I did write down, but I've deleted the two, and I just went with the one because for me personally, this was probably the season high, which was beating Man City 5-1 in the league, and. Yeah, I just think it's a league matter, and we've been done over by them so many times in the last few seasons. So I think for me that was definitely a high.
Yes.
And I know there's going to be if opposition fans ever catch this clip, they're going to be like, oh fucking hell, that's your season high. You have to rely on that. I said, well, yeah, I mean, shit, there was.
When was the last time City were beat 5-1?
And embarrassed by an 18-year-old.
When was the last time?
With a celebration against their top striker. So, yeah, for me, that has to be the absolute season high. But, yeah, the other two was Real Madrid and then PSV 7-1 or whatever it was. But that's a different one. I'm the same.
Yeah, later on.
Okay, so, cool.
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah, you go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, Nick, we agreed on that one. So it's a tricky one, this one, a season low, because I did pick out a lot of things, but I think what really, really hit home was the red cards against, obviously, the Bournemouth, City, Brighton, Wolves and whoever. I just thought my season lows was when we got those red cards, because I thought they were defining in every game that we played in. So for me, the season lows were the fucking red cards.
That's fair. I actually have the red card one for a different answer. For a different question. So I'll leave that out. But for me, the season
that's all right.
The season low probably has to be the sort of almost consecutive injuries that we had to Odegaard, Saka, and Havertz. So I think that's definitely the season lows for me. So I can't specifically on one point, but that is you know what I mean. So as an overall injury crisis, I think that has to be the low for us. For sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Next one is so my top 3 games. There was quite a few really, but I don't know what you've got with this one, but I'll go first. So in third place for me was Palace away 5-1. Just the fact that obviously they were pretty good. Obviously, they won the FA Cup as well. I know it was early on in the season, but just the 5-1, just the way Jesus scored. I just thought, we 5-1 away from home. Not many teams do that, do they? So that was my number 3. My second one in second place was PSV away 7-1.
Yep.
Never been beat, had they? Basically.
So they hadn't lost. They hadn't lost in like
so many months or
16 months,
2 years or
something
something
like that. So it was a long time since they lost, and I don't think.
Yeah.
That heavy as well.
Especially, and it was Yeah,
that's good. Okay, and then and number 1 I know it's going to be. We're going.
So that was number 2
anyway.
Yeah, it's good to be Madrid in it at home.
I'm glad that you specified Madrid at home, because that's literally, I've said exactly the same thing. Madrid first match, which is my second. City win still tops it, by the way. I had to use the same one, and then PSV being my last one out of
all
those
right,
3.
no worries.
But obviously, very important. Very important match. But out of those 3, that's my order that I'm going to go with.
Okay, that's a good shout. Obviously, because City was a 5-1. That was the highs, I suppose. I just thought of the performance-wise with the 5-1 away from home. But anyway, that's enough of that one. Now, the worst 3 games. First? This might be difficult because
I'm going to go
quite
first, and I'm
going
to say
absolutely,
all 3
like it.
Games.
Yeah, go on.
Not even a lie. That's literally what I've written about. All 3 Newcastle games are in the last. We played
but we won one. We've won one of them, though, didn't we?
Season.
Yeah, we won one of them. Did we win the 4th? League Cup.
Yeah, and then
League away.
So League Cup. Oh, that was only 1 match, wasn't it, in the League Cup? Wasn't it? Or was it 2 matches? So we played.
Yes.
So 2 legs.
No, it was 2 legs, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then obviously the 2 league matches as well. But obviously we won one, so yeah, I'd say all 3 Newcastle games. I just think the only reason I say that is because every time, like I know we mentioned it in a different pod maybe a few weeks ago, but every time we faced them this season, they've just literally had our number, and I just didn't understand how he kept doing this, how Eddie Howe kept doing this, you know, how Eddie kept doing it. I can't even say it. Eddie Howe was he doing this? So I think that's probably why I have to go for the Newcastle matches, because they were just fucking terrible, like to the point where we just didn't seem like a Premier League team, to be honest. It was just shambolic.
I could understand and as much as I did hate every single time we played them, I just thought there was other defining moments. But I do agree that every time we played Newcastle was fucking shit. Apart from the last one where we beat them at home.
Okay, sorry. Right, okay, let me change one Newcastle match, right, and let me change that maybe the first PSG match. No, not the first one of the season, but the home match that we had against PSG. Yeah, the home one. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, the home one. That's for the good one. That's for a good game. You mean?
Yeah, the first one in November.
The first one in November.
The first leg
where we won 2-0.
The semi. Sorry, that was probably one of my worst matches that I saw Arsenal play. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. That's one of mine, bro. So that's So in third place, one of my season lows was the 2-2 at City. The reason being because obviously we were leading for so long, and then the last kick of the game, fuck me. I know it was early in the season, but it felt like we made a statement. You know, we 1-0, 2-0, 2. It was 2-1. 2-1 it was, wasn't it?
Was it John
2-1? Calafiori.
Yeah.
Calafiori scored, yeah. John Stones with like literally the last fucking kick of the game. It felt like my heart just sunk. It was like the blood was taken out when that fucking dickhead threw the ball at Gabriel. I just thought, what a cunt. It just made everyone so different. I think that kind of upset us. And it knocked us out of our stride, didn't it? I thought. So it's not the worst, but anyway, I'm going to move on. It was one of the worst. It was my third worst. So the second one was the 1-1 draw at Everton away. Fuck me, that was kind of late on in the season.
That was in between. That was in between the Champions League matches, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just thought that the fact that he kept like Odegaard, Saka, and Martinelli, I think, on the bench. And it was like I remember saying on the pods, they were there for the take at Everton. They just played Liverpool, and they were fucking shit. We were all over them. I think I wrote the possession was fucking unbelievable. We had 71 possession. We had 14 shots, 5 on target, 459 passes to their 189. And it was, if we'd had won, the gap would have been 8 points. And Fulham then played Liverpool on the Sunday and beat them 3-2. I don't know if you remember, and that would have been 5 points. The gap, we had a game in hand, and it was been 5 points. And then you obviously look at what happened going forward after that. I mean, they dropped a few points, and I don't think they won, did they, in the last 4 games? So fuck me, that was one of my I was well pissed off after that game. Pissed off, as you remember on the pod we did. I was fuming because we had so many chances, and it was fucking gutted, but. Yeah, I think you had alluded to the other one with the PSG game, the 1-0 home defeat. The 1-0 home defeat. It was after 3 minutes the goal, wasn't it? I just felt it was such an uphill battle for us, even though we had quite a lot of. I mean, saying that we had quite a lot of chances. They had a few chances as well. I just thought we're never going to recover from this.
Yeah, that was difficult. I mean,
especially at their place,
because considering how we played against Real Madrid at home with the crowd and everything like that, and then to sort of basically just drop down a couple of levels, not just in performance but even in atmosphere. I think that had a massive part to play. So that's, again, like you, that's why I think yes, we only lost 1-0, and it's not like it was a massively terrible performance, but in the scope of the season, it's like, nah, you should be doing a lot better here, especially at this point in the semi-finals and at this point of the season. There's no excuses. Like, I'm sorry, but there isn't, whatever excuse that may have come out, no, like, forget that shit. So yeah, I'm glad that we have that particular match. Was that your number one?
Yeah. You're right, because It was number one, yeah. It's just the fact that we were so close to achieving something, and we went into it. The mindset was all wrong, wasn't it? We went in. We even said the first 20, 30 minutes we were fucking half asleep, and it was the biggest game we've had for fucking 20 odd years. And we went into it completely the wrong mindset. So that after that game, mega deflated. That was my worst game.
Kind of say, and obviously I know that the second leg was a week later anyway. We kind of said after that first match, we thought, well, that's the kind of it really. This is the defining match of the season now. Well, obviously I know it was the week after anyway, but it kind of was the first match because we just didn't really show up to match them on any level. And like you said, scoring that early just took the team like a balloon really. For sure. Right, should we move on to the next one?
We did.
Okay,
so...
do you know what?
Are you doing the next one? Top three goals?
Two of them, I knew off the top of my head they were going to be both Declan Rice free kicks. There's absolutely no other way about that. And the second one, the third one, sorry.
What was your... So, I was going like sort of third, second,
third,
first.
I'm going to go Declan Rice's second free kick. No, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Second,
you love tackles for deckles.
Free kick, and then first his second free kick, and then number 3 in the overall rankings. I think there was a Miles Lewis-Skelly goal. May have been against City. I can't remember. I think that was more. Yeah, but I mean the goal itself was quite decent anyway. But the whole celebration, I think that sort of made it. Yeah, I'd probably say
topped it for you.
That.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't disagree with you because, like you say, I've got one of them in there, but obviously I've done a bit of homework on mine. I know yours is on your head and stuff like that, but so my third place goal was Bukayo Saka's first goal against Liverpool in the 2-2 draw at home. Where I think it was White long ball. He took it out the sky, beat Robertson, pulled it inside, and whipped it past Kelleher. Just thought it was a really nice first touch, second touch to come inside Robertson, and then put it right past Kelleher. I thought it was just a really good. I thought, wow, we're up for it. We've got this game. Obviously, you know what happened. It was 2-2, but yeah, I like that goal. That was number 3. Number 2. It wasn't a great goal, but it was Marino. Against Fulham.
No.
Do you remember it?
Refresh me.
And why would you remember it? Yeah, it was shit.
Oh, Mr. Leadfoot.
No, it wasn't shit. Mr. Cement was it was a good goal, to be fair, but the reason why I picked it was because it was 50 consecutive passes.
That's right.
And they didn't touch the ball.
I mean, yeah, but as a team goal, yes, that has to be a better one for sure.
Team goal, yeah. So it was a good one. But obviously, like you, Rice. I think Rice's first goal was my favourite against Madrid.
The second one was better, don't you? I think it's sort of like it was so perfectly placed in that corner. And with so much power and precision to be placed in that corner, I just thought that was absolutely amazing. And the fact that he had the audacity to do it a second time, and you think, fuck, that's so good. So I think that's probably why. More the feeling, more the feeling than that.
You're right. You can't split it. I mean, my overall when he scored that first goal, like I said, I remember looking at my son. We both went, wow. And that to me just summed it all up, really. The fact that we both looked at each other. Yes, the second one was equally as amazing, but the fact that it was against Madrid and it was like, wow, we've just done that. Fuck me, where did that come from?
I think what adds more to the first one as well was the fact that his coaches and his captain was telling him to cross it in. And then he was like, so Saka, what did you say? All right, cool. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll take a shot. So that's fair. But you're right. I think I split the two goals. Technically, we shouldn't have really because they were just that good. They deserve to be in that same category. But you had to split them goals because they were just, when you take them individually, they are still just perfectly executed. So, but yeah, that's okay. All right. Okay. We'll move on to the next one.
Top 3 players. Okay. I'll do the next one and you do the one. So we'll do it alternatively, yeah. Okay. Top 3 players for the season. And we'll come to probably player of the season at the end. But so in third place, I've gone for my fucking mate, David. And I'm split with that because he's been fucking doing my head in for the last 5 or 6
to everyone
matches.
else,
And throughout the
and
season,
how they've done. That's what you're going to look at, really, isn't it?
yeah. Yeah, so I've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I thought he has saved us quite a lot of times this season, even though he's not perfect, and not many keepers are. But yeah, he's my third place player, just purely on the fact is that he's done really, really well, but also really, really shit. But I couldn't think of anyone that is quite as good to push my other 2 players.
Sorry, before you carry on,
Timber,
by the way, we have
number
exactly
2.
the same list, and I know who your number 1's going to be as well. Yeah, I know who your number 1's going to be, but
Really?
Honestly, like,
Really?
I've actually got
That's
it written down
bizarre.
if you could see it. But one of them. Okay, anyway, go on. You tell me, and then I'll tell you how right we both are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ray in third for that. Timber, just
Incredible.
for the fucking season he's had, he's kept White out of the team, and White has looked so average since he's come back. And after the injury he had the first season, this season he's just been a completely fantastic. You know, he was like a new signing, and I don't think he's a better right back in the league. To be fair, he has. So hats off to old Timber, but obviously number 1,
Maslow Skelly.
Deco.
You didn't go for Declan Rice, did you?
You're joking, aren't you?
Did you really for your number 1?
I did.
Of the season.
I did.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Did you not
Skelly
tell
only
me,
came in
not so long
January.
ago that Rice was been shit at the beginning of the season? What? What? What?
Look, it's all. I've got it all
right.
planned out. What I'm going to say, honestly, no. I just think I'm not going to say obviously yet because I'm going to go. There's a few other questions later on, but my top 3 players obviously is Rice number 1, Timber number 2, Ryan number 3, and we'll come on to that.
Wow.
But like I say, each to their own. I can't believe that, but never mind.
Okay, so I'm going to go. So what I've got here is, in order of appearance, is Miles Lewis Skelly. Top 3 players. He's my number 3. So
Is he your first
3.
number 1?
Yeah, he's my number 3. Miles Lewis Skelly.
Oh, number 3. Right, okay.
David Raya in second place.
Yeah.
For reasons that you have explained. And my number 1 is, without a shadow of a doubt, Yuri.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt. I just think with Declan Rice, the only reason that again, he's like an honourable mention, by the way, because apart from him, there is literally no one else unless you look at Gabriel and Saliba, but even they've had some slip-ups. So I think that's why I've left Rice out. It's just because he didn't have the best start of the season, and it took him a little bit longer to get into his stride, really. But obviously, once he did, he's been fantastic. So maybe him and Partey will get honourable mentions. But yeah, those are my top 3. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely fair enough. Go on then. Top. Where's your 3 worst players of the season?
Okay, I'm gonna go first. Then I'm gonna go first.
You can go first with this one.
So when I say I'm gonna go from 3 to 1, number 3 being least worst, and number 1 being best worst, the worst. Yeah. Okay.
The worst.
Okay. So my number 3, I'm gonna go with, surprisingly, I'm gonna go with Odegaard. Yeah.
Do you know what? As much as you fucking you have his back every fucking week.
I know.
He's not even in my top 3.
When I've actually sat back and you know, when you think about his role in the team and his influence in the team this season, he just hasn't been anywhere near a normal Martin Odegaard. You know, even before the injury, he didn't have the best start of the season where you think, okay, this guy is going to lead us to victory, or he's going to lead us to a final or whatever, you know? So again, as the season's gone on, I've always wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, you know, with the players that he hasn't had around him. But then when the players started coming back a bit more, and you know, sort of, you know, sprinkled in Martinelli, Saka's, Trossard, Kai Havertz came back. Obviously, I know it was only the last game, but he still didn't improve his performance. Whereas the likes of Declan Rice did. You know, Trossard did, sort of thing. Partey did. Whereas Odegaard, I don't think he was up to it, and that's why I think he's probably my number 3 worst. So not the worst, but number 3.
I think we'll probably both agree on number 1. But who's number 2?
Unfairly, I've gone for Zinchenko, right? Unfairly, I've gone for Zinchenko, which I know I shouldn't have. I know, but again, I just couldn't think of anyone else to put in there. So unfortunately, I've had to sacrifice Zinchenko. I'm sorry, all right? But I can't.
Who is it?
Yeah, I can't put anyone else.
Mine's really bad. Mine's really unfair. Anyway, but go on.
My boy.
Who's your number one?
Bukayo Saka. No, I'm just kidding. There's only one Raheem Sterling, my friend. There's only one Raheem Sterling. Yeah, absolutely. And I know your second one, your unfair second one, it's going to be, and I'm going to spoil it for everyone right now, it's going to be Mikel Merino.
That's spoiler alert. It's not.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
No, mine. So okay, third. I like yours, but I understand why you couldn't think of anyone else with Cine. But so third place for me.
Okay.
I've done it as a split.
Pretty sure you can't do that. I'm pretty sure the rules state that you can't do that. But okay, well,
right, okay.
PGMOL. Let's have a VAR check.
You broke all the rules. So I'm going. So in third place, I'm going for Martinelli.
But I can see Martinelli. I can see that. Do you know what? Can I replace Zinni with Martinelli? Because I can see that. But
yeah.
No, you tell me your reason.
The reason why, go on. Yeah, no, the reason why I went for Martinelli is the obvious ones, is what we speak about every week, you know. He's regressed over the last sort of 2-3 seasons. You know, he hit the ground running early on in Arteta's reign, but the last 2 seasons, particularly this season, he's been woeful. Headless chicken, head down, goes nowhere, scores the odd goal, but not enough for me. Havertz. The reason I picked Havertz is it is controversial. I'm not his greatest fan, but I did find this stat about him, and he's missed 15 big chances this season. Or 15 chances to me
absolutely.
Is a difference between winning the league and not.
I agree. That's a lot of chances, by the way. It's a lot of chances.
Do you know what I mean?
Especially being trusted as a striker.
We always say like a striker,
That's fair.
So unfortunately, I can't split them two. They're both as bad as one another, so I'm giving them both
if I put Odegaard on my list, then
second one.
And Havertz can totally be on your list. That's fine. That's totally fine.
See what he's not in, man. I thought he would have been, but I didn't think he's been overall. He's not been too bad, and he does give a lot of energy to the team. Yeah, he has been shit for the last sort of couple of months, but I can't put him in there. I'm sorry, Martinelli and Havertz are way worse. Number 2, the man from South Korea, Tomiyasu.
Wherever he's from. He's Japanese, and they're not.
No, same place.
How are you putting Tomiyasu in there? By the way, the guy hasn't even played a minute. No, that's not fair.
Exactly.
You might as well put me on the list because I haven't played a minute.
Game.
No, that doesn't count. Okay, minimum 5 games. Minimum 5 games. Minimum 5 games. You cannot do this. You cannot do this to Tomiyasu. I removed.
All right. Well, I'm going to Martinelli Havertz. Okay, we'll move on. Martinelli Havertz. 3 and 2. Number 1, you mentioned good old Sterling Silva.
I think when you actually
no other comments on that.
Yeah, when you look at the worst players so far, from what we've said, I think Sterling is the main. Sterling is the main guy who really deserves. Yeah, so Sterling is the main guy who deserves that number 1 spot, and I think the rest that we mentioned, I think that's just to fill numbers, to be honest, because all players that we've mentioned so far, they've had certain contributions throughout the season, whether it's goals like Havertz, even Martinelli has scored a couple of goals and assisted in the last few matches. So. But obviously, to fill numbers, we had to put some players down. But yeah, I think Sterling is by far the worst player of the season, without a shadow of a doubt. And I think we should have just left it at that, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, no, absolutely not.
You can't. No further comment is there? I agree. We've said enough about him throughout the season.
Okay, so move on to season-defining moment. Okay, now my season-defining moment is the Rice red card against Brighton. I think that kind of cemented what type of season it was going to be, and it was. It didn't lie. That moment did not lie to us, and it was a foreshadowing for what was about to happen. So, yeah, that is the season-defining moment for me.
Yeah, can't disagree. I think that was one of my the lows of the season. The red cards, the 5 red cards, or whatever we had. But yeah, so mine wasn't a moment. It was like a combination of a month stroke last day, and it was not signing anyone in January. That was my season-defining moment. Yeah. It Well,
Yeah,
it is, because it
absolutely.
ruined the rest of the
by
season,
far
didn't
had
it?
the biggest impact on our season, and then it would be the red cards, and then it would be the injuries. But yeah, I mean, well, the injuries and the first one and the transfer linked anyway. But yeah, I'll agree with you on that one. That's a great shout.
Yeah.
January was a fucking piss take. Well, hopefully we don't go through that shit again.
Yeah.
So, right,
Yeah,
let's move on.
it was.
Move on to the next one.
No, yeah. Ooh, what needs to change? So I don't know whether you want to just mention what you want to see change, as in from the playing style, or do you want to mention something about the ethos of the club, the strike, the signing situation, or I'm thinking more like the style
I've
of play.
got down here. I've written down
squad.
squad building. That's what needs to change. It needs to be a lot more precise in the players that they want, which obviously will link into what you want, which is the style of play. Unfortunately, again, I know it's like we're beating the same drum, but like, you know, that's the reason why our style of play hasn't changed that much throughout the season, because we just didn't have the personnel to be versatile and to try different things and to be dangerous or to be risky, you know. So we always had to play it safe because of certain factors that were holding us back. And so I think for me it's a squad building, but from that will result to the change of style of play, which is obviously what you want. And look, everyone wants to see that. Everyone wants to see different plays, different tactics and strategies from Arteta. So they will interlink, but for me that's the sort of thing. If they get the squad building right, then everything else will just sort of fall into place. You hope.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. So I think squad building, like you said, does link on to what I wanted to say. So, well, it's similar because I think last season we prioritised, and I don't want to prioritise. I think I mentioned it before about Pep goes in every game, wanted to win every game, and the squad building aspect of it is we didn't have the squad to do that, to win every game. So I want us to win every game. I want us to go into every game not thinking I'm saving it for the league, I'm saving it for this. And like you say, I think one of my other issues with the team is the speed in which they play and they move forward. Now I don't know if that's part of Arteta's style, where he actually wants to build up slowly, he wants to keep possession, but I think the speed of pass needs to be a lot quicker. Like Liverpool, they won the league, they were fucking electric, weren't they? That's why they actually won the league, because the way they quickly passed the ball about, blah blah. We need to shoot more. That's what I want to see different. I want to see shoot from outside the box like Odegaard, Rice, Partey. I want to see more of that. I don't want us to tippy-tappy pass it. It gets too congested, and in the end, our sort of attacks break down, and sometimes we get caught on the counter-attack. And there's a lot of things, like you said, but I think the majority of the issues is the squad. And if we had the right squad depth, then those type of things. Hopefully we'll get better.
That's why I think personally, once we get that right, or if we get that right, then everything else will just happen around it. But we definitely can't go into another season thinking, oh well, we don't have the players to do this tournament, so we're going to have to neglect it. No, we've got 4 tournaments that we're going to enter, and all 4 of them need to be fought to the same extent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. Like you said, with City and Pep, that's why they've won everything, because I've never seen Pep or ever any sort of Man City fans go into any match thinking, oh, we kind of need to reserve our players. No, it's like, shit, we don't have all good players. We still need to win.
Yeah.
So that is the winning mentality, unfortunately. Making excuses like we have done as Arsenal fans. Injuries and this and that, which is fine because they are genuine justifications as to why we haven't been performing well. But let's eliminate excuses. Bring in the players like you would have done in January. Bringing them players, there would have been no more excuses, because you would have fought all the way till the end, and no one. And I mean no one from like opposition fans or pundits, none of them would have been on us. Do you know what I mean? Because I would have been like, right, okay, well, they clearly fucking just needed that one little bit of change, or we could have won something because we would have had the right players. But that's the main thing, really.
But I mean, that's all about mentality, like you say. And look at Newcastle; they've won that. I know it's only the Carabao Cup, but they used all their best players to go right through to win that competition. They deservedly won it. And in the league, they're still cracked on and finished in the Champions League. Yes, it was a bit controversial, but they still managed to finish in the Champions League, which was what their prerogative was. Have they had a better season than us? Who knows? They've won something we haven't. So, it goes back to the fact is, put everything in, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Every single game should be treated as a final, to be honest with you. And that's one thing. But again, this is where we're hoping that, the start of the season is going to be a bit different with hopefully with certain signings and whatnot. Because, if it isn't, then we're just gonna be back to exactly where we ended this season. And it's just that I don't want to watch anymore. There was a period before it was like 2010 or something like that, or 9, 10 seasons, where I was like, you know what, I can't be bothered watching this team anymore because they're just not doing anything. Like, they're finishing fourth, but then we took it for granted. Whereas now it's like, shit, top four, that's the stuff. And, you get teams celebrating top four, whereas these are the same teams whose fans take the piss out of us for celebrating top four. Or, top two. Oh, what a trophy. It's like, all right, nice one, but you ended up fourth. What a trophy for you, mate. Oh, we were transitioning. What the fuck you think we're doing? Like, at what point did you see the best players on the pitch in more than one consecutive match? Like, never. I think, wasn't there a stat? Did you tell me the stat last week, I think? Where there was only, 40 or 60 minutes or something where all the starting 11 have played together? I'm sure it was something. Along those lines.
It wasn't me, no.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
I don't think it was me, but you might have seen it.
The whole season where we had everyone fit. So no, it's that says a lot to me as to what needs to change. That there's no rocket science there, is there really? So
it does. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know it's only excuses, but we can't have another season where we've got those excuses that we think, well, we didn't have our players, or we only got like a 16-year-old on the bench, or whatever. No. That's not going to happen this next season. It's not, because if it is, there's a lot of fans going to be seriously questioning it. And I know we said, we done with it, but
you can make a case for being done with it because it's one of those. He'll be repeating the same stuff that he has done in the last 5 to 6 years, and unfortunately that's just the definition of insanity. So I do not want an insane coach as our manager. Let's move it on, lads. So right, next question along is number 10. Sad/glad that some players are going now. You probably have the same people, won't we? I would have thought. Yep. I'm sad to see Teeny go. Obviously, I think he's been 5 seasons. I mean, that's amazing considering how much he's actually not played. I looked at a stat. I think he started 2 games this season. Yeah,
2. I mean, he's come on subs and stuff like that, wasn't he?
Altogether, he ended it on. But a very, very minuscule amount of matches in comparison. It's sad really, because someone of his ability, I know he's not the greatest of defenders, he's not the quickest, but what he brings is I think he's got a great cross on him, right? And that he puts the balls into the danger area where we never seem to do that. We seem to pass it back on the outside of the box. It wouldn't matter if we had players like Mamouche or whoever that can score from outside the box all the time. But why do we keep recycling it back to the outside of the box? Whereas Teeny, he's the epitome of the old-fashioned left winger, where he'll get balls into the box. We've got Havertz there, he's tall. Marino, that's tall. Get it in the fucking box. Create a bit of chaos. I'm really sad to see him go. I mean, I know he's not the greatest, but what a great backup he could have been. I don't know who we're going to get, because we have got quite a lot of left-sided players, but it's a shame really, because I think he's the original left back, isn't he? Original left back stroke left winger, and I think that's a nice trait to have, and we're going to miss that. Left back, isn't he? And I think you're right. I think his crosses were really good, and sometimes throughout the season, whenever he's come on, he's given us that little bit of change. But again, it's not enough for him to influence any certain games. You know what I mean? I know he scored in the last match of the season and whatnot, but it just wasn't that influential to to sort of change a match for us, or become a club legend or whatever. We all love him and stuff because he's been a great servant for us. But again, unfortunately, he just didn't have the career that we all hoped that he would have at Arsenal. And did you ever watch wrestling, by the way? I think I've asked you this before. Yeah, like WWE
wrestling, as in like Big Daddy and. And Mac.
I don't know what kind of Big Daddy you're talking about there, bro.
Where are we going with this one? I'm more giant hair sacks.
Anyway, there was a wrestler called Chris Benoit. He died in 2007, but he was known as the Rabid Wolverine. Short guy, very aggressive. And every time I see TNA, he just reminds me of that guy. Do you know what I mean? It reminds me of Chris Benoit. It's just very short, but like it's the type of person you don't really want to piss off. It's like, yeah, okay, mate. Yeah. It's like, yo,
he's got massive legs, hasn't he?
Wow.
Massive legs, and you think if he crunch tackle kind of thing,
he's got massive legs. Yeah, that's where his injuries happen. So how does that work then?
Yeah, and he's not quick.
Yes.
That's probably too bottom heavy.
Before he joined us, and then I don't know what we feed these players. You know what I mean?
He put all the weight on because he never played. But no, I thought, no, I mean, if you look at Liverpool with Robertson, they've won the league with him. And how many times has he set up great crosses for goals? Obviously, he won against us a few weeks ago. I just think that, I know he doesn't fit into Arteta's style, doesn't he, with the inverted left back and stuff like that. He's more like, say, traditional overlapping. But this is part of Arteta's problem, I think, where he's not flexible enough and he hasn't got different ideas to change games. And I don't know.
Yeah,
but obviously, anyway, that's enough of the teeny stuff. I don't know if there's anyone else that you're sad to see go.
Sad, no. Glad there's only one person that I'm glad to see the back of. So again, Sterling, let's not spend any more time on that guy. Yeah. I'm guessing your answer's the same, right?
Oh, I've gone Jorginho. Jorginho, I'm glad to see him go. I thought he was fucking piss poor. Not say we've spoken about him before. Yeah, glad to see Jorginho go. I think, he's too old. He's give far too many balls away and cost us,
especially at the beginning of the season,
goals. And I just think he way past his best. So I don't want to see anyone like that ever again.
That's what makes it even worse. So
absolutely. We are linked with a few players, and I just don't want any more of them players unless it's
you know what,
Palmer or some possibly. I don't know.
I wouldn't have.
I'd have Caicedo personally.
I think Caicedo has had maybe one or two good matches for Chelsea in his tenure there, but I just don't think he's a good player. I think we dodged the bullet. I think Liverpool dodged the bullet with Caicedo, to be honest. But yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, with Jorginho, I'm not glad, but I wouldn't say sad either. Do you know what I mean? I'm neutral about Jorginho. It's like, meh, your time's up, mate. So your age is now. Your age is now. No, you're old now. What the fuck am I saying? What am I trying to say? What am I saying? Your age is now. Your age is now with Stevie and Larry. Okay. Well, we'll move on. We'll move on to the next question, Stevie. Go for it.
I'm going to add two more players that I'm going to be glad to see the back of.
Yes, of course.
So I've gone Jorginho, obviously Sterling, we both agree on, and I want Tomiyasu to fuck off.
Zinni, okay,
Zinni to fuck off.
I can see that, but Tomiyasu,
Tomiyasu. Come on. No, Tomiyasu, he's a kind of a player that's fucking never played for a full year. He's another bloody. What's his face? The next Vieira. I can't remember his name.
What fucking?
He was the next Vieira.
Oh, was it Diaby?
Big lanky coloured guy.
Yeah, Diaby. And he got injured as well, didn't he?
Fucking so much promise. Yeah. Played once in 2 years or something. It's a shame, but same with Tomiyasu. He's okay, but we can't rely on players, and I just hope Calafiori's not going to turn into another Tomiyasu.
I wouldn't. Like I said, I wouldn't.
So those four mine.
Tomiyasu go, but if he does end up going, I can understand why he would go from both perspectives, club and player as well. But yeah, with Sterling, he definitely needs to go, because I just think he was completely pointless. And like I said, they might as well just hired me to be on their bench and run around and do nothing, because I can run into defenders and not take them on. I can do that, no problem. I'm actually very good at that. So, but get a player with the specific skills, mate. So. Right. Okay. We'll move on to the next question, Stevie. Go for it. Number 11.
What was the next one?
I've actually got the future.
Most impressed with,
just from your original questions. But I'll answer that real quick. By the way, the future. Refer back to question 9, which is squad building. That's what I want to see for the future.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it most improved?
Most improved or most impressed by
was
player?
number 9. Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay.
In third place, very controversial. What's it have?
It's not controversial at all. Fuck. There's nothing controversial about that. I know, but
it is for me because I fucking hate him. But
Controversy, you know. It's
controversy. Yeah, but it's like, is he the most improved? I think. Yeah, because I hated him so much. I kind of be impressed with him.
Let me tell you, right?
How could he be
more most improved when he literally regressed from last season? Well, no, because the injury
regressed because of his injury,
February,
because he didn't
and
play.
before that, he only got 9 goals for us. Sorry, that's
January.
That's what I'm saying, but he only got 9 goals for us in January. So
yeah. It was only half the season, so if he would doubled it,
maybe not.
20.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So okay, but that's fair. That's fair.
But anyway,
okay.
anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to go with that because that's my thought. I thought, he's improved. He's got a few goals, especially against PSG in the early stages, and I just thought, he's impressed me more than what I thought of last season.
I mean,
but when he's come back, he's gone backwards again. I fucking hate him. Yeah, but still, that's why I hated him. He just brought back all the memories of why I hated him.
Burying him and digging him up as well, by the way. Like, it's just unbelievable the amount of shit that you're putting us through right now. This guy's like, Jesus, come on now. Wait, number 2,
next
go
one.
For it.
Number 2 on the list.
Mikel
Merino.
And that is, okay. That's one on my list as well.
Yes. Only the fact is that he would have been shite if Havertz wasn't injured. But I think he's impressed me because he's went and he's done a job. He scored 7 goals, 2 behind Havertz. Yeah. So, hats off to him for what he's done. Yeah, he's
got a goal in the Champions League.
Cement legs or whatever. But I've been impressed with him.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, he's most improved for me. Yeah. So I thought he's done all right. Final sort of few months of the season, as much as he's done a job that we've needed him to do. At the end of the day, who else was going to step in and do that? So but my first, most impressed with has been Creutzfeldt
very
Jakob.
Good. Very good. And wow. Honestly, it's like tables are
Kivior. Number 1.
Yeah.
Absolutely impressed with him. He's settled the back four, obviously in Gabriel's absence. I just thought he's had a calming influence. No, he's not quick. He's not the greatest of defenders, but when he's not been under pressure, luckily, I thought he's done a fantastic job. And he's done a few man of the matches, which I didn't think I'd be saying this, but I've been impressed with him. If he goes, he goes. I think we'll get some decent replacements. But I think that's also fair.
For me, I rank Kivior second to Merino. I just think for my own list, but I think Merino has had more of an impact in matches. I know Jakob, obviously, he's kept some clean sheets, or he's been very, very solid at the back and very good replacement for Gabriel. But Merino has to be the most improved player for me. And the most impressed player, there's only one. It's Miles Lewis-Kelly. Like, he's just been absolutely fucking impressive this season. I know he's obviously, still showing his age a little bit, which is fine. Again, there's no point, trying to kill a player for showing his age in his first non-full season, in the Premier League. So, for me, most impressed, Skelly, most improved, has to be Mikel Merino, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, very good. I think I had a few other ones. I missed out the future, didn't I?
Mine was number 9, so mine was the same answer as number 9.
That was
the future. That's what I want to see for the future.
Yeah. So. I think we'll come back to that in a future pod about the transfers and stuff. But I had one final question. I know we're going to talk about Max, but I had one final one to end it off for the season, because obviously we've gone through a lot of things tonight with regards to everything that happened, controversial, blah 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 blah. But who's player of the season for you? Started with number 3, 2, 1. Might be controversial, this one, because I think you've got a few different ones to me. But explain obviously why you want to go with yours, and I'll see if I agree.
Okay, third
So
place.
third
Sorry,
place.
was this for best player, wasn't it? Player of the season. Okay, so number
Player of the season. Player of the
3,
season.
I'm going to go with Marino. Number... No.
You tell you haven't thought about it.
The thing is, right, when you actually look at it, who seriously is going to stand out as the player of the season? I can't put Saka in there. In any good conscience, I can't put Saka in there. Same as Odegaard. Do you know what I mean?
Don't try and
I can't put them in.
try and convince yourself.
I can't put them in
Just
there. So
speak
I
about
think
the
Marino
man.
has
Speak
to be
about the man.
considered at the very least for player of the season because, again, he stepped into a role that's not known to him. And on the biggest stages of them all, he delivered on the biggest stages of them all. And he literally made our attack tick over up until literally till the end of the season. But by the end, obviously, he ran out of steam because he played every match, and he wasn't even meant to be doing that when he signed a contract, So I think he has to be considered. He has to be considered at the very least for
fair point
for player of the season. In number two,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go with Skelly. He could go into the young player of the season, but we're not doing that, are we? So we're not doing that. So I could put Skelly in there as well because, again, he's been very impressive. Joint with Skelly is Timber, by the way. Joint with Skelly is Timber, and then my number 1,
Okay.
David Raya. I think I have to give David Raya all the props this season because he has been consistent at the very least. Yes, the other players have had peaks and valleys and stuff, but David Raya has been more consistent than the rest, apart from maybe the last couple of games where it's like, whoa, what happened, David? You know what I mean? You've been drinking. Like, what the fuck's going on? The season's not over yet. Exactly. Like, can you calm yourself down, please? So yeah, I think that's my list. But yeah, I think Timber and Skelly in that sort of joint second. I can't really separate them because Timber has just been impressive throughout the whole season, and fucking Lewis Skelly has just came out of nowhere and just blown it out the water. So yeah, those are my picks.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see your argument for all three of them. For your player of the season, so you're going for Raya. He's not in my top 3. I can't remember what I picked him for. I can't remember now. I took Raya for earlier. Oh, top 3 players for the season. I can't remember what that was all about. But anyway. We must have already done this one. I think we've already done it. But anyway, the 2 of them are still the same. But I've gone for number 3, Saliba. With Saliba, I know he made a couple of bloopers, but in the whole season, he was still head and shoulders above everyone else, as in a proper Rolls Royce. Yeah, he had a sending off, which was a bit controversial. But in general, I just thought, most games I thought, wow, I'm so glad we've got him. I know he's not the best, he hasn't been the best player, because obviously he's number 3 on my list, but as a solid back 4, I didn't think we could ask for much more from him personally. So I'm going for Saliba, number 3. Number 2 was the same as you, Timber. I thought, obviously, for the season that he's had, I thought he's done a fantastic job, especially coming back from that cruciate knee ligament injury before. But my number 1, I wasn't impressed with the fact that we'd signed him, but I just think he's dragged us through so many games. Hats off to him for the amount of games that he's saved us, he's won us.
Sounds like David Raya.
Just kept everything. Yeah, it could be right. It begins with that. Yeah. No, it's obviously it's right. I just think so many games he's had man of the matches, and I never thought I'd say this because I thought for 105 million, I wanted him to score more goals. I wanted to be more skillful. I wanted to be, defender, header, corner, everything. But I just think he surpassed all my expectations. I didn't ever think I'd say this, but I talked to a lot of people about David, Rice. Declan Rice, and I've said, and I've ate my words because other people have said, oh no, he's great, he's this, he's that, and I've said, no, he's not worth it, but I've come to eat my words because he's our engine of everything that's right about our team, and if we can just sprinkle a couple of decent players, I'm on about like top world class players, we're going to have such a good season next season because of him. And that's why
fair.
I think
that's
for me,
a fair
he's
point. I just don't think
season.
he's been consistent enough this season to warrant that, to be honest. And it's not like he's made mistakes or anything like it, but even that red card at Brighton, it was a lapse of concentration from him to even attempt to kick that ball or tap it away, which I know it's ridiculous, right? And I can't put a player down for that specific moment because that's just stupid. But I'm just saying, like, I just don't think he's been at the level that he was last season to be considered for player of the season. You know what I mean? Whereas someone who's been more consistent, like I said, for my own pick, which is Raya, I just think, you know, he has been on that level more than what the rest of the players have. You know, like I said, they have had the peaks and valleys, but they have actually been peaks and valleys. You know, there's been matches where it's like, where the fuck is Declan Rice? You've even said on podcasts, it's like, fucking Declan Rice has been fucking shit.
Yeah.
Which is fine because it's the initial reaction. Obviously, he's never shit, but he's not the level that we see him. I would love, next season, I would love to see him become our captain. That's what I want to see next season as well. That could be part of the future and the squad building, but yeah, I want to see him be our captain because he deserves it and he is the man for the job.
I think with Rice, I think you're right, and obviously early on in the season, I think the World Cup did take out of him, and I think it took him a while to actually get up to speed.
Oh yeah, I agree.
did think he got better and better as the season went on, and that's why. And I think with Raya's his few erratic kind of games where he's been way out of position and stuff. I just thought, you know, I'd like to see a different keeper personally, but. It's good that you've got your opinion, and like I say, I've got mine, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Different opinions, and you know, I do think Ray's great, you know, but I just think sometimes it's a bit like Keystone Cops and a bit unnervy, really. It's a bit worrying that, you know, he's putting our players under pressure. So I understand what you're saying. I do understand that he saves a lot of time.
One
thing I personally think is
one thing that I will say against David Raya was that penalty shootout. Against Man United, wasn't it? Yeah, I just didn't. yeah, literally.
Was that the one who was blown along the line?
Was that against Everton?
Or was that against Everton?
Did we have a shootout?
Njai.
We had a shootout, didn't we?
Njai scored the penalty, didn't he? Like Skelly. We did, but it was the blow against the blow along the line when Skelly.
Oh yeah, I remember him like. I remember him. No, it was
someone.
It was a shootout, wasn't it? It was a shootout because there was all 5 penalties. He was just sort of diving everywhere. Or was that? What match was that? Was that against Man United? Yeah, he just sort of like...
He dives everywhere all the time now. I was watching the game against Southampton. He was still diving now.
To your right before the players even stepped up to take the fucking shot. So, but anyway, that's good that, like you said, that we've got our different opinions on players of the season for us. But I think as long as he didn't say Sterling, I think we would have been all right there. But yeah, I think there's you wanted to mention Max Dowman real quick. I mean, yes, I've seen
you seen anything
clips.
of him?
Obviously, I've seen and I've heard podcasts where they're talking about him. But can I say one thing? He is 15-year-old, coming up 16, right? And I just don't think it's very healthy to get too excited about someone at that age. The reason I say it is because, and again, I know there's been the Yamals and the fucking Messis and all that shit beforehand and young players. But the only reason I say what I say is because we've seen players from our own academy who have been excellent at the youth level. Baloguns, the Nketiahs, Smith Rowes, they've been excellent at the youth level. But then when they step up to the Premier League, that's when it's like, oh, that's a bit too much. So personally, I've enjoyed the clips that I've seen of Dowman. It's like, yeah, that you are good, mate. But then you stop and realize, wait, you are playing under 21s or under 19s. So, you know, how much can we take from that? So I just feel like with a pinch of salt, let's not get too excited about a player that hasn't even at least had one match, maybe even the Carabao Cup. Like, you know, Nwaneri had a match in the Carabao Cup last season. So that's where I'm at with Dowman. I don't doubt that he may be an excellent player. Rice has said that he's a very good player, but Rice has even said the same thing where he's like, well, he's 15-year-old, let him just develop and see what happens. But I'm guessing, you know, you're very excited.
No, I agree with everything you said. And like you say, it's obviously Messi, Yamal, they were like sort of 15, 16 when they burst on the scene, albeit it's a different league. I understand that. I understand what you're saying. You know, it's not like, you know, in the Spanish league where they're dominating every game and such. So, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
you know, Messi had all these great players around him so he could flourish, you know what I mean? And it's a shame because obviously I think Wanyeri potentially could have as much influence on a game if he was given the opportunity. But my worry is that Wanyeri could potentially go and be an absolute superstar at another club for a team that would use him every game. That's my worry, and I think Max Dowman could be the same.
Yeah,
I think he's been likened to Kaka, hasn't he?
His movements and his lankiness.
And what I've seen, what I've seen of him, what I've seen of him, he looks extremely talented, but so does Wanyeri. It's that position of, is he going to be similar to Odegaard? Because Odegaard's very slight. He's technically very good, but gets knocked off the ball quite easily. I don't know whether Max Dowman's got a better physique, as in he might be stronger. But look at Jack Wilshere, he was fucking awesome, wasn't he, at 16? But he was a little stumpy twat, wasn't he, when he progressed. And I think he was retired by 25 or something.
The
like that, wasn't he? He was injured all the time.
With Wilshere, yes, he was short, but he had that centre of gravity and he was very, very strong on the ball. Like, yeah, you can't just push him off. And
Maradona, wasn't he?
I don't know that about Dowman, and that's one thing that I'm hoping. Well, I know that the club does it anyway. Like, you know, just put him in the weight room, get him some strength. That's what he needs. You can't just be like, oh well, you're good enough technically. Let's just put you in against fucking defenders again. You know, like Dan Burn or some shit. So, well, that's not going to work. He's just going to get squashed. So, you know, let's not do that. But that's why I say, you know, yes, he looks very exciting and a very good prospect, but unfortunately at the moment that's what he remains, a prospect, and that's about it really. I'm hoping to see him next season.
Yeah, I hope that. Yeah, I think he might do a Wanyeri where he'll play a couple of Carabao Cup games, won't he? I think. I just don't want us to think we're going to not sign anyone in midfield because we've got Dowman and Wanyeri. I think we do need the finished article. We need 25, 26-year-olds that are going to improve us straight away.
That is a reason that the club gives to not signing any midfielders, then no, they need to... No, that's not... No. That is absolutely not acceptable because, well, we don't need to say reasons. But you know what it is though, Stevie? I've actually enjoyed that end of season review questionnaire, really, checklist. I love it. It's a checklist and I love it. I enjoyed that really. Thank you for that and for bringing it to existence. So we will hopefully carry that on for the rest of the seasons. And do you know what? Maybe we could do a similar one at the end of the transfer window. What we've been impressed with, that type of stuff. You know, upcoming season predictions.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll come back at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So good. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll come back on the 10th.
Right.
I think the first window closes on the 10th, isn't it? So hopefully, I mean, what's worrying is obviously I think Liverpool have signed. I think if they're going to get Wirtz and Kirkes, they're going to be pretty hard to beat, aren't they? Again, they don't really need much to be fair. That's the worry. And if they get someone like those two players, and it's kind of like fuck me.
That's what Liverpool
and they get it done early, and that's what worries me. That yes, I know there's talk of Gyökeres. Yeah, they do it right, but we don't. We piss about. We're linked with this fucking 100 players, and we get no one, and that's what worries me. But we'll do a pod on the 10th because that'll be the end of the first transfer window, and we might have had someone. I'd like us to have signed 5 players by the 10th. I don't think
that's a bit of a tall order, but that would be excellent, and then we can get that over and done with. But I think the thing is, right, I don't mind being linked to 100 players as long as every season we're bringing in 3 players at the very minimum during transfer window. Sorry, I mean, you know, it's fine because it keeps the opponents guessing. It's like, well, you know, they're looking at, like, for example, when Xerxes was available before Man United bought him, you know, Xerxes is available, he's a good player, and this and this and this, and we were kind of linked, but then it's like, well, no, Man United got him. Yes, I was a bit like, well, maybe we should have brought him in because he seems like a good prospect, good player. But then we've seen him with Man United, and it's like, okay, there's a reason why we didn't bring him in. So I don't mind being linked to 100 players as long as we can bring in 3 to 4 players, you know, at the end of the transfer window, which obviously we didn't do in January. So, but yeah, we'll come back and we'll discuss, and hopefully we've signed a couple of players by the first window closing. And before we do leave, I did want to have a quick chat about the Monaco GP. Now, Now, Stevie. Now.
When do they take this off the calendar?
I would hate to see it off the calendar. It didn't work.
It didn't work, did it? Whatever.
The two stop.
Yeah, what they did didn't work.
The two mandatory stop strategy, did not work. It did not promote better racing. If anything, it confused the shit out of me, because there was cars out there that said 45 seconds, and then I was looking at cars that were about to be lapped, not once but twice, and I'm thinking, that's over a minute.
Yeah.
That's over a minute. That is not racing, okay? That's just like, you might as well, the cars that have been lapped and are over a minute, just take them out of rotation, take them off the actual track, and let the rest of the cars, carry on. More free space, and that they can race each other. But no, Monaco has become, the bigger the cars are getting, the worse Monaco becomes. And I don't think they need to take it off the calendar. I just think they need to make changes into certain corners, like the hairpin, for example. Portier, when you come down from the hairpin, just before you get into the tunnel, they need to, if they widen that for a little bit. After the tunnel, when you come into that little chicane, why can't they make that chicane a little bit bigger so they can promote, a better line through it? Or they take the chicane away.
Why don't they take that chicane away?
Tunnel, you all the way straight. That's a second DRS line, all the way straight to the swimming pool section. Yeah. So again, there's many options to change the layout to promote better racing. Like even the first turn into Saint Devote, for example, it's so tight, you cannot fit two cars in there. And unfortunately, like the best part of the race is that first lap, is that opening lap, because that's when chaos ensues, and then that's when you think, okay, someone's got to get the win here, someone's going to get that corner first. But unfortunately, when they're going to Saint Devote, you're like, all right, so that's it now. The end of the race. Click over, done. Thank you for the first lap, mate. Moving on now. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it rains, nothing happens. Even the drivers came out and said the same fucking thing. So,
I think it would be, what would make it interesting. I think that potentially had legs as such with the mandatory tight two stops, right? I think what I think Brundle might have alluded to it when he said get it so it's got up within like the first 20 laps, and then the second one within 40 laps, because like say Verstappen just thought, well, I may as well stay out, and it was so ridiculous because he wasn't going to lose no matter what he did. He was never going to lose fourth place, but he could have won it, which was fucking horrible to watch, because it was just like, what's going to happen is he's going to stay out, and who's to say that one of the second sister teams would have thought, if they said, why don't we just crash a car, and he'll automatically get win, and he'd automatically get the race. So so something like that could happen, like you say, moving chicanes, I suppose. I mean, I thought, what about bringing fueling back? I know it's dangerous, but not that dangerous. I mean, there's been a few fire incidents over the past 20 years, but massive. Not like... but it makes it interesting, doesn't it? It's exciting.
Especially at Monaco only.
I don't know, it's
only
something to do with
fueling at Monaco.
The best thing about it, I think, was the scenery, wasn't it? It was some fantastic scenery. I mean, I've been to Monaco and I've drove around under the tunnel. It's awesome, and it's all it's about. It's about the glamour and the scenic, isn't it? It's all, as much as it's got to be on the calendar and everyone wants to win it. Look at Norris; he was so excited. I've won Monaco. It's because of the history of it, isn't it? It doesn't mean you're the best racer. It's just the history, the fact of it. So it's glamour. Everyone's there. Blah blah blah. But it's not the greatest of races, is it? Apart from when especially Ferrari did okay.
These massive cars, it's not the best. But okay, here you go then. Here's a solution for you. Because it's Monaco, because it's a classic race, make them drive classic cars. Make them drive cars from the 90s or from the 80s or something. They're smaller cars. They're very mechanical. You can race each other, especially in the newer layout, because in the 80s and 90s, obviously Monaco was a bit different, wasn't it, in terms of layout? So in this layout, which accommodates the bigger cars, get them smaller cars. That's it. The only one race out of the season which is Monaco, which is obviously you get to drive the classic cars, and maybe each year you get to do a different style of V10s or V12s or whatever. That could make it more interesting. And then when you actually win it and you go, oh yeah, I've won Monaco, I won at Monte Carlo, it's like, yeah, it's worth something because you won it in specific machinery. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there could be many changes because Monaco is such a specialty race. Just do something different. Like I think some of the drivers even said Lego fucking racing. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Just something different. Yeah. Something different to make it a bit more exciting. But for me, move the chicanes. If you don't want to do that, make them race in fucking older cars. They've got the layouts decent enough. Make smaller cars done.
Like I say, if they make it like a technical change, then the teams are so intelligent and they've got the brightest of brains will work out the best way of getting around that, like they did then, didn't they, like the weekend? So I don't really know what they can do. They potentially will change it so you've got to make you stop within the first 20 and your second stop within the next 20. That's a possibility. Maybe it was just a trial run, wasn't it? This to see. The thing is,
if it was a trial,
some of the teething
it wasn't
problems.
great. It wasn't, and I
it wasn't
agree
great, was it?
With Martin Brundle as well. It's like, well, if you're going to do that, then you have to give them specific windows when they can and have to change tyres. Because what is it? Antonelli fucking only went in what, lap 76 or something, 75. Yeah, whatever it was. It's like, are you kidding me?
72, wasn't it?
That shouldn't be allowed.
Something like that. In the 70s, yeah.
I know.
But there was like a lap or two behind. Like, some 2 laps behind.
You did it in a certain way where you almost not guarantee, because you can't guarantee who's going to be lapped or not. But if you can do it in such a way and work it out where it's like, yeah, okay, because it's 2 stops. Okay, you've got from lap 5 to 10. That's when you have to do your first stop. That makes it interesting because it's like, all right, whoever's settled in the lead now has to worry about the next pit stop. Yeah, Hadjar came in.
Didn't Hadjar come in lap 2 or something?
6
to get one out of the way.
6, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it 6? Yeah. Beautiful.
6,
and I love that. I love seeing Hadjar race,
one.
by the way. I think the guy is excellent.
I know.
Young lad. And I hope he doesn't move to Red Bull because
he's the future, isn't he?
Look at Yuki and the rest of them. But yeah, look, you mentioned Ferrari. Charles was fucking incredible all weekend, apart from the very first. Yeah, I honestly,
I thought he was going to win it. Did you?
I'm surprised that Lando got.
I thought he was going to win it.
In quali. Like, I don't know how he beat it. I don't know what he did, but he just pipped into it, and surprised because, like I said, Leclerc was just brilliant all weekend. Apart from obviously, he won last year.
But did he win it last year, Leclerc? He did, didn't he? Last year, didn't he?
I mean,
he obviously likes Monaco, doesn't he?
Street circuits.
He likes the short circuits.
In interviews in the conference, he said that he loves the street circuits. Being that close and sort of not trying to make mistakes. But yeah, I think this would have been his 4th pole position, and I think if that was the case, I think he would have gone on and won it as well. And I'm surprised that he just didn't have the pace by the end to overtake Lando. But unless Lando was obviously trying to.
And Lewis sorry. No, I just thought obviously you must have heard the Lewis with his engineers again talking and having
you worried me.
Having a good old well, it wasn't an argument, was it? It just sounds like they're just hitting they're just not getting on at all, are they?
I don't understand.
It's a very strange setup.
That's not banter.
It's not banter, is it? It's definitely not banter.
That's like, I don't want to listen to this fucking radio anymore. Like, no, why are you doing children basically talking on the radio? Oh, do you not want to talk to me or so? It's like, and then obviously Vassar came out. It was like, well, we've already agreed with the drivers that between turns 1 and 3, we're not going to. If they say something between turn 1 and 3, the next time they get a reply from us is when they come out of the tunnel. It's like, how does that work out? I mean, it's not that far. I get it. It's only like 15 seconds, but. That's a lot of time. Like, he needs to know what, obviously, because they're going that fast, they need to know what's going on like 4 or 5 laps before. So yeah, I don't think but it's just Ferrari being Ferrari, to be honest. I think if Lewis had gone to Red Bull, for example, right, I just don't think he would have had these problems. I think, Giampiero or whoever it is, they would have been a bit more open with Lewis and communicating and stuff. But yeah, it's just not a good start so far. Not only his performances, but just the overall vibe of Lewis being at Ferrari. And I'll be very, very surprised if he's there next season. I'll be honest with you. I'll be very honest because.
Yeah. You can't be. I think it's like a footballer, isn't it? If you're not happy at a club, you're not going to put your best performances in. I think he's definitely not happy at the moment. But yeah, he's doing okay. He's hanging in there. But he must feel as though he's second best.
That's
at the
pretty
moment.
much evident from ever since that China race, to be honest. Because obviously I know he won the sprint race there, but that was just evident that Charles was going to be stronger in the Ferrari. And I think we even speculated that at the beginning. He's been there for a long time. He knows how everything works in the car. The car baseline, I would imagine, is set up around Leclerc, and then obviously changed for Lewis to a certain extent.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I think, and interestingly, there was one article from the Bild magazine, the German magazine, where it said that Christian Horner has been approached by Ferrari. Now, Bild is a very massive newspaper / magazine. Do you know what I mean? So they don't really tend to do rumors that outlandish. But could that be something? Could that be something? And maybe the Ferrari board are thinking, well, we've got two of the best drivers on the grid, but clearly the strategy's not working. So let's just bring someone who is no nonsense, like our boy. What's his fucking face? What's his face? Christian Horner. Jesus Christ, went brain dead for a second.
Christian.
Yeah, bring him in. He'll sort out the team. And I'll be honest, maybe
too late.
But I think if Christian joins, I genuinely think he will shape that team up. Because he's just absolute no bullshit, and I think he'll tell them that in the interview. It's like, if you want me, you're gonna have to listen to me, because clearly whatever you're doing right now is not working. So
yeah,
bring back Jean Todt. Yeah.
I think they're a bit arrogant, aren't they? Yeah, they're a bit arrogant. I think that he was class, wasn't he? I think they just think they're better than what they are, and unfortunately, I think even with Verstappen, but if Verstappen went, they'd probably have him as number one driver, wouldn't they? That's the thing. And I think Lewis is looked on as not the number one driver, unfortunately, and I think that's the downfall, because if they give him the number one seat,
I think so.
they'll probably win more races.
I just think, Ferrari have got just two excellent drivers. At this point, you need to fight, or you need to make sure before the season started that, look, lads, you're out there, you're going to race each other at whatever moments, whenever you're sort of close together, but obviously, no crashing, and we'll have to play this by championship lead or constructors championship lead. Do you know what I mean? So if Ferrari need Leclerc to do something, to help Lewis get a bit further up, obviously, that's what they'll do, or vice versa. And you know what I mean? So there's plenty of strategy for both of them to be working together. But unfortunately for Lewis right now, he hasn't got to grips with the car yet to be on that same strategy as Leclerc, or to be, similar where Leclerc is. And I'll be honest, I'm telling you right now, if Ferrari go crazy and sign Max, and they have Max and Charles in the same team, I'm going to put my hands up. This is me putting my hands up. That silence was me putting my hands up in just a massive dream of a lineup. Do you know what I mean? Just, it would be absolutely incredible. And I think Max, if he doesn't win this season, I think he's the type of guy to be like, do you know what? I want to go win a championship with Ferrari.
Could be on his way.
And he'd beat Lewis to it as well. So he definitely would. He definitely would.
Oh, he would. He would. You're right. I think definitely. I think one of the McLarens is going to get it this year. That's the early indications. I think it's going to be Piastri or Norris. I don't think Max is going to win it this year. Thankfully,
I don't think he is. I think
personal
Piastri
opinion
or Norris. Yeah, McLaren will take it. Sure.
Yeah. But just getting back to a potential change in the Monaco setup. What about having so if there's a safety car, no one pits?
Also a good shout.
You're not allowed to pit.
Very good shout. Yeah, absolutely. It's such a absolutely.
The pit lane shuts
as well, because that would make it more interesting, because teams will then shit themselves. Be like, well, we didn't have a free pit stop, so we'll have to fight the strategy. I love it, especially if you have a 2-stop strategy race. Then you should definitely close the pit lane and no pit stops during the safety car. I think that's a good shout, because you're getting 2 stops mandatory, so there's no real reason for you to go in for a third time. I just well, I mean, obviously there is, of course there is, because there's always better, newer tires equals better, that's standard, but let's just make it fair for everyone. So that's a very good shout, Steve. I like that.
Yeah, because you could have just passed the pit lane, couldn't you? It's so unlucky if you've just passed, and then the safety car, and then someone behind you who's in 4th place, 10 seconds behind, pits, and it's a free stop for them. Then you've got to go. It's potentially. I mean, they must have thought about it.
Again, it depends what kind of stupid reason or justification they come for not doing it. I don't know. They may say some dumb shit like, well, what if the drivers need a break? It's like, no, you're taking the piss now. So, but yeah, I think that's a very, very good shout, by the way. Like, no pit stop during the safety car period. I like that in Monaco, because again, it's such a unique track. You can pretty much have any unique rule, or just one stand-alone rule for Monaco, and that's what makes it more interesting and makes it more prestigious. Because not only have you won in Monaco in an F1 calendar, but you've done it with Monaco rules. There you go. Monaco fucking rules, mate. fuck this two-stop bullshit. This is Monaco with Monaco rules.
Absolutely.
This is extra hard on AI. Do you know what I mean? Yes,
we need to go. We need to like.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant from the podcast.
one year. Cozy couples.
It's been 1 hour. You're right. I mean, that would be epic. Honestly, would be. But for me, as much as other fans may obviously dream of Monaco being their track to go to, but for me, it's always been Monza. Like, it's always been Monza. That's my ultimate dream track. But Monaco is it's Monaco, isn't it? But
I know what you mean.
You need that moolah.
Yeah.
Miami.
I'd like to see them. I'd like to go to Miami one.
Really, I think the race is pretty meh. Again, that could use some changes as well.
Yeah, no, but just to be there, isn't it? I think it's a night race, isn't it, Miami? Or is it Vegas, the night race?
Ooh.
Yeah, I love the Vegas.
I prefer Vegas to Miami.
City gonna set my soul. Gonna set my
You look like the type who listens to Elvis.
You could have
You look like the type who listens to Elvis. I love it. Right. Of course you do. Do you know what? I remember when I was in school back in like year 6, we had a teacher called Mr. Atkinson. And he was a massive Elvis fan. Like, he had this little goatee going on, like sort of like ginger spiky hair. He was cool as fuck, right? He built us a basketball court in the school. Like, he fought to build us a basketball court in the school. And when we left, I bought a Best of Elvis album and gave it to him. Do you know what I mean? Like, after, and honestly, he fucking loved it.
Oh, nice.
It was like, I'll be honest, I think he may have already had the album. Well, it doesn't matter, because one of his fucking shooters was doing it, but I'll always remember that teacher, Mr. Atkinson. What a guy. I don't know. I can't.
That's a lovely thought.
Find him on
what a lovely thing to do.
Or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? On Facebook. Can't find him anywhere. Yeah, just to be like, hey, what's going on?
TV's still alive.
Gavin Atkinson, if you're out there, what's going on? Or Gary, I don't know. I think it's Gavin. I don't know. I think it's Gavin. Right, cool. No. You got sacked actually a year before I started, so. Luckily for me, not for the students before me though. But anyways, right, okay, look, we're gonna leave it there unless you've got something else to add, by the way, for any.
End of the season.
I'm done. Thank you very much. The 24-25 season. We will be back throughout the summer transfer window to discuss. Yeah, a couple of weeks, or maybe at the end of the weekend on Sunday we can do one just to see what's going on. But we will be back whenever. There is Formula One as well, by the way, over the weekend, so we could at the very least. Oh God, now you're asking.
Well, who is it? Where's it? I don't know where it was at. My mate was asking me and I couldn't remember. Is it Austria or something like that?
Because that usually follows Monaco, but I think they've changed the whole thing now. Hold up. Un momento, por favore. It's Spain, actually. It's Barcelona. So there you go. It's Barcelona.
Oh, Barcelona.
There's Barcelona, and then we've got Canada in a couple of weeks after Barcelona, and then Austria a couple of weeks after that, and then 4th to the 6th of July. Silverstone, baby. Silverstone. Love it. I can't wait for that.
Well, yeah, man. So is there much overtaking
Barcelona's
at
a decent track, to be honest.
It's
just more of a traditional classic circuit. Yeah. So I think there'll be a lot more potential for drivers to race each other, especially when you compare it to Monaco. I think Canada's the same, especially that last that main straight, that long straight into the championship.
Yeah.
Championship wall or whatever.
Before
it is.
the first turn, yeah. Is it Villeneuve's?
Is it called like the Wall of Champions or something? Like that. The Wall of Champions.
Oh, Villeneuve's.
It's the Villeneuve chicane, isn't that in Monaco?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Gilles Villeneuve
circuit.
Gilles Villeneuve circuit in Canada.
Look at us.
But they've got the Villeneuve chicane in Monaco, I think.
Yes,
I believe.
Right.
I like it as well. Yeah,
I do like. I like the Canadian one. It's pretty good. It's quite a lot. It's interesting. Yeah, it's good. But that's how they should make the Monaco one, the last final straight through the tunnel. They should take that chicane away at the bottom and extend it out.
From
and it
the
would
tunnel,
be much more interesting
from the top of the tunnel to the very bottom of that, where that turn starts. So you're obviously moving the chicane all the way to the end of the swimming pool section. That would be epic. And again, you're adding a second DRS zone to Monaco, which we don't have at the moment. So yeah, that would be brilliant.
Do you know? I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Mansell and Prost racing through the tunnel.
I'm not old enough to remember that live, but I have watched that recently on the F1 website, like actual race. Yeah.
Yeah, was the chicane at the bottom?
No,
Or
so the
wasn't it
chicane-
there? They just put that
The
in. I can't
chicane
remember.
was at the
because
bottom,
obviously it
but
seemed
I
as
don't
though
think it was that tight back then. It was a bit more open especially on the left-hand side where they've got the metal barrier now. That was open sort of space leading into the marina. But yeah, I think wasn't that the Prost Senna one? Wasn't that where? Oh, sorry, Mansell fucking Senna. Wasn't that where? Sorry, I'm thinking. Which one am I thinking of? Where Senna was winning, but then his tire gave out. I think that was maybe 88 or 89 or something. His tire gave out, and I think it was Prost who took over and won the race. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. But you're thinking maybe in the early 90s, aren't you?
Are you on,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Mansell one through the tunnel. And it was just, I mean, fucking hell. I mean, taking over there. I mean, what a fucking. He was a man. I mean, he wasn't the best of, but he was a fucking fearless. Proper fighter, Mansell. Fight. What a great. Yeah.
I think
he had massive balls in there. Yeah. He reminded me a bit of Max. To be fair,
I can see that a bit.
He'll
bullish,
just go for anything,
like
regardless, and he's got the balls to do it. Not as good a racer, obviously, in general as Max, but I think. I did. I love watching Mansell. He was the one who actually got me into it, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've watched a couple of the sort of 91, 92 seasons. Especially when he won with Williams in '92, I think he's a good racer, but he never really did it too much for me. Do you know what I mean? Like Senna's and Prosts and the fucking and Lauders, they were the ones who were like the legends of the sport. Mansell was a legend because he was British, and we didn't have it was.
So I think it's because he tried.
Before that, was it Sterling Moss or was it Jackie Stewart?
I was just going to.
It was Stewart, wasn't it?
I think it might have been Stewart before Mansell, but I think what got me excited in it was the fact that Mansell he got so close on so many occasions, and he was so unlucky. He was like tyres blowout, engine blowouts and stuff, and he was leading the championship and stuff. And then when he finally won it, I mean, he won it once, but when he finally won it, I was like so excited, and that really got my interest in the sport. And obviously the tunnel incident was just absolutely spine tingling, really. And yeah, I know obviously Senna's. It was great, Prost, and then you went on to obviously Mika Hakkinen and all the likes, and Jean Alesi and Thierry Boutson and everyone like that.
Much, I'll be honest.
It's because he was at Ferrari, but they were doing all right, weren't they? Obviously,
Irvine was a fucking Ferrari, but I wouldn't rate him as one of the best Ferrari drivers. Like, I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was Johnny Herbert. No, it was Benetton, Johnny Herbert.
Yes, it was Benetton. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Alesi never really
Johnny
cared for
Herbert.
him. Same as fucking
P45.
Joss.
Who was Alesi's partner? Joss Verstappen. Who was Alesi's partner at Ferrari?
It wasn't it? Yeah, because Mansell raced for Ferrari.
At Ferrari.
Jean Alesi. Hold on, I'm gonna. Jean, yeah, of course. Jean Alesi, Ferrari teammate. Teammate. I think it was one at Mansell. Oh, okay. It was Berger.
Was it a Gerhard Berger?
Yeah, it was Berger. When did fucking Mansell race for Ferrari? I'm sure he did, didn't he? Because I was very surprised. Mansell Ferrari. I'm sure he did after Williams, didn't he?
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
Mansell,
I thought he went to
Ferrari. Yeah, there we go. I knew it. I knew he did as well. No, it wasn't. No. So,
not with Gene.
Apologies.
No, it wasn't with Gene. Was he?
This was 71. So Mansell was there before Williams. Right. Okay. So yeah, in 1990. So this is it. So in 1990, the wheels came off of Mansell's Ferrari when Prost became his teammate. So it was that season that he lost.
Yeah.
He was close to winning, and then obviously when he joined Williams in '92, I think that's when he actually won it. Right, it was good.
But
yes.
Was Prost at Renault as well?
Yes, I think that was his last.
Prost at Renault. Was that when he won the
last title, wasn't it?
The yellow and blue, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised that Schumacher won it with Jordan. With Jordan,
he won the race in
title
Spa
with Jordan,
in 91.
Or did he just race for
first
them?
race with Jordan. Yeah, and he won.
That was their
Benetton
first
94,
race.
95.
Yeah.
Benetton 94, 95, then Hill 96, Jacques out of nowhere in 97, and then Hakkinen for 2 years. No, it was Hakkinen in 98,
Coulthard,
99.
did Coulthard win it?
Never won it. And then from 2000
Coulthard never win it.
onwards, obviously you know the history. But yeah, I'm surprised by Michael and Benetton, to be honest. But anyway, we've riffed enough on the history of Formula One, and I love it because it's just brilliant. It really is. Do you know what it is? Last thing I will say on Formula One, for me, weekends like Australia just remind me of like 6 o'clock wake-ups with my dad. Do you know what I mean? Watching the race when I was younger. Monaco, it's just that Sunday feel, and then you see Monaco in the sun, everyone there. You just, for me, those are the two. Australia,
Beautiful.
for one, like when I was dropped on the calendar for 2 seasons, that I was devastated because that's one of the races that I just love to wake up for and just watch. Just beautiful race to watch. I think it's something about the Sunday weekend, isn't it? Anyway, if you've got nothing to add, mate, we will leave it there. We will get the episode out. And we will be back. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely.
See you in a couple of weeks.
Stay safe, stay alert.
Bright light city, gonna set my soul, gonna set my soul.
He's saying set, not suck. He said set,
Wow.
not suck.
CC.
All right, good. Yeah, we're good. Right. Stay safe, stay alert.
Goodbye.